The average American saves 3.7% of their income. 3.7%. Experts recommend 20%. At 3.7%, it would take over 100 years to retire. And here is the strange part. It is not that Americans do not want to save. It is that they are doing it completely backwards. Most people pay their landlord first, pay their electric company first, pay Netflix first, pay their car loan first, pay their phone bill first, and then if anything is left at the end of the month, they save. And guess what? There is never anything left. Your landlord gets paid first. Netflix gets paid first. The grocery store gets paid first. You, the person actually earning the money, come dead last in your own financial life. There is a fix for this. One rule. 4 words. Pay yourself first. Welcome back to Money Made Simple, where we break down U.S. money topics in plain English. No jargon, no fluff, just what actually matters. Hit subscribe if you're new. Let's go. Let me show you exactly what this looks like with 2 real people. Meet Tyler and Chris. Both 26 years old. Both living in Atlanta, Georgia. Both earning $48,000 a year, about $3,000 take home every single month after taxes. Tyler does what most Americans do. Paycheck hits on Friday. He pays rent $1,000. Car insurance $120, phone $80, groceries $250, utilities $100. Then he spends the restaurants, going out, Amazon, random stuff, and by Thursday Tyler has maybe $150 left. He tells himself he will save more next month. Next month comes. Same story. After 3 years of working, Tyler has $900 in savings. That is it. 3 years, $900. Chris earns the exact same salary, lives in the same city. But Chris does one thing differently the moment his paycheck hits. And that one thing over the same 3 years has given Chris $18,000 saved and invested. Same money, completely different result. Here is exactly what Chris does. Pay yourself first means the moment your paycheck hits your bank account, before you pay rent, before you pay utilities, before you buy a single thing, a fixed amount moves automatically into your savings or investment account. Not what is left over. Not whatever you feel like saving that month. A fixed amount. Automatically, on payday. Every single time. This is not a new idea. It was popularized in the 1920s by George S. Clason in a book called The Richest Man in Babylon, still in print after 100 years. The core rule from that book: a part of all you earn is yours to keep. Not a part of what is left over, a part of all you earn. That one subtle shift from saving leftovers to saving first is the difference between retiring at 65 and never retiring at all. Here is why saving last never works. At the end of the month, your brain looks at whatever is left and says, well, it is only $62. Hardly worth transferring. Might as well order takeout. That is called decision fatigue. You are asking your brain to make a saving decision every single month. And your brain will eventually lose that battle. Paying yourself first removes the decision entirely. It is not willpower. It is automation. And automation always beats motivation. This is exactly what Chris does. The day his paycheck hits $300, moves automatically into his Roth IRA. No thinking. No deciding. No willpower required. It just happens. Chris never sees it, never spends it, never misses it. And here is why this works so powerfully: Parkinson's law. Applied to money, it means your spending will always expand to consume whatever is in your checking account. Get a raise, your lifestyle grows to match. Get a tax refund, it mysteriously disappears within 60 days. This is not a character flaw, it is human psychology. But pay yourself first exploits Parkinson's law in your favor. By removing savings first, you artificially shrink what is available to spend. Your brain adapts to the new lower number. You still pay your bills. You still buy groceries. You just stop spending on things that do not actually matter without even noticing. Let's run the numbers on what paying yourself first actually produces. Because the math is what makes this real. Chris invests $300 a month into a Roth IRA, averaging 7% annual return. After 3 years, Chris has approximately $12,300 invested and growing completely tax-free. Chris also set up a separate automatic transfer of $100 a month into a high-yield savings account for emergencies. After 3 years, $3,600 sitting there earning over 4% interest. Total after 3 years, $12,300 invested, $3,600 in emergency savings. Chris has not touched either account once. Now Tyler. After 3 years of saving, whatever is left $900. Not because Tyler spent money on crazy things. Not because Tyler made bad decisions. Just because Tyler never made saving automatic. Tyler always intended to save. Tyler just never did it first. And last December, Tyler's furnace broke. Repair bill $1,800. Tyler did not have it. Tyler put it on a credit card at 24% interest and is still paying that off today with interest adding up every single month. Chris had the same problem 2 years ago. Pulled from his emergency fund. Paid it in full. Replaced the money over the next 4 months. 0 credit card debt. 0 interest. 0 stress. Same salary. Same city. Same unexpected emergency. Completely different outcomes. Because one person paid himself first. And here is what paying yourself first builds over the long run. If you save $800 a month starting at age 30, invested in a basic S&P 500 index fund averaging 7% returns, you will have approximately $218,000 by age 45. Over $500,000 by age 55. And at 65, over $1 million. $1 million from $800 a month. That is the cost of a car payment you did not upgrade. That is packing lunch instead of eating out every single day. Small amounts, automated, over time. You do not need a 6-figure income. You do not need to pick stocks. You just need to pay yourself first and let time do the rest. Here is exactly how to set this up today. 15 minutes, 3 steps, done forever. Step 1, split your direct deposit. 92% of American workers get paid via direct deposit. Log into your payroll portal right now. Split your paycheck. Send 80% to checking. Send 20% directly to a separate high-yield savings account, not the savings account attached to your checking. A completely different one. Ideally at a different bank. Why a different bank? Because if you can see your savings balance every time you log into your checking app, you will be tempted to transfer it back. Make it slightly inconvenient to access. That friction is your best friend. Step 2, automate your investments. If you have a 401k, your contributions are already automated. They come out of your paycheck before it even hits your bank account. That is paying yourself first. If you do not have a 401k, open a Roth IRA. Takes about 15 minutes on Fidelity, Vanguard, or Charles Schwab. All free. No minimum balance. Set up an automatic monthly transfer $200 on the first of every month. Done. Step 3, automate your emergency fund. Separate high-yield savings account. Automatic transfer every payday. You wake up in 5 years, check the account, and there is money you never missed sitting there ready for any emergency life throws at you. Now a critical question. If you have credit card debt at 24% interest, should you still pay yourself first? Yes, but your definition of paying yourself changes. Paying off a credit card charging 24% is mathematically identical to earning a 24% guaranteed return. No investment on earth guarantees 24%. So here is the order. Step 1, save $1,000 emergency fund first. Just enough so a flat tire does not send you straight back to the credit card. Step 2, every extra dollar attacks the highest interest debt. Step 3, once the high interest debt is gone, redirect all of that money into real investments. You are still paying yourself first. You are just paying your future self the version of you that is not bleeding interest every single month. Now I hear this every single time. What if I literally cannot afford to save anything right now? My bills already eat my whole paycheck. Here is the honest answer. Start with 1%. If you take home $3,000 a month, that is $30. $30. That is one lunch out, one streaming subscription, one impulse Amazon purchase. Start with $30 automatic on payday. Do it for 60 days. Then increase to 2%. Then 3%. You will adjust faster than you think. And 60 days from now, you will not even remember that $30 was ever part of your spending money. The goal is not to save a perfect amount on day one. The goal is to make saving automatic and then grow it over time. Every American who has ever built real wealth started somewhere small. The ones who never built wealth are the ones who kept waiting until they could afford to save more. Let's bring it home. Paying yourself first means the moment your paycheck hits a fixed amount, moves automatically into savings or investments before you pay a single bill or buy a single thing. Tyler paid everyone else first for 3 years and ended up with $900 and a credit card debt from one emergency. Chris paid himself first $300 automatic every single payday and ended up with $12,300 invested, $3,600 in emergency savings, and 0 credit card debt. Same salary, same city, same 3 years. The only difference, Chris went first. Stop being the last person you pay. Your landlord will always cash that check. Netflix will always charge your card. The electric company will always send that bill. The question is, when does your future self get paid? The answer should be first. Always first. Now I want to hear from you in the comments. Do you currently pay yourself first, or are you saving whatever is left at the end of the month? Drop your honest answer below. I read every single one. And if this video helped you, hit that subscribe button so you never miss another money breakdown like this. Check out the video on screen for more ways to build real wealth. See you in the next one.